Let's go back to Keynes and Hayek. The Hayekians often say, well, Keynes wasn't solving problems, he was just delaying their resolution, maybe amplifying them, maybe creating the moral hazard which would build the bubble even larger for a greater ultimate catastrophe. Whereas the Keynesians would say, don't worry about tomorrow. In the long run, we're all dead. Let's get things back on track, and we may obviate or head off at the pass and obviate the need for a deeper, more calamitous outcome.
Keynes actually used those very words. In the long term, we're all dead. Just concentrate on what you can achieve. It takes a leap of imagination. The extraordinary thing about writing about Keynes is that you have to confront someone who has an enormous imagination and an enormous inventive intelligence. But what he did was to say, don't be constrained by small-minded thoughts. He was, I think we were talking about this before, he was as much an alchemist, really, as he was a scientist. And that means that the sense was, if we all hold hands and leap off the cliff together, there is actually no end. We never actually reach bottom, yeah. You know. The difference between the two of them, actually, from whatever they wrote and said, was that Keynes was a person who had an optimistic view of human nature altogether. He thought that if only things could be arranged properly, that people could live a better life, and they could live a richer life and a more fulfilled life. And Hayek was a pessimist altogether, in his own private life, but in everything. And he assumed that if things could go wrong, they would go wrong. And that profound difference in their personalities, actually, more than anything else, led to the great difference in their thought. And even today, I think, divides those people on one side of the boundary who think that if only society were ordered in the right way, it would all turn out happily. And those people who say, don't trust anybody at all. Life is nasty, brutish, and short, and it'll all go terribly wrong. And by the way, I've only spoken about how wonderful Keynes was. Hayek was actually much more amusing than you might think. He was literally a buttoned-up Austrian. I mean, he had 3 buttons all done up whenever you see him photographed. He had pince-nez or iron-framed spectacles, yes, which made him look like a sort of Hollywood Nazi or something. But actually he had a very droll and dry sense of humor. And if you see, and it's all on YouTube, you can look them up, extensive interviews with him. He had a little chuckle around him, though I must say that not many of the interviewers seemed to pick up on it or even notice that he had this dimension to him, which was much more interesting and ingenious than they give him credit for.